We're gonna get into something else right now. I want to know. So, are it's kind of related. Are you do you go after a particular kind of woman? Like, what do you have a twist? Like, do you have a preference of what type of women you date?
Uh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh no,
So you date everything.
no. I have so I've had relationships with Bahamian woman, uh, Russian, German, Chinese, Dominican, Puerto Rican. I've
Oh, so
had
you
I've
taste the rainbow,
I
huh?
have I've had lots of them. And let me say this. These are not low quality, like any old throwaway,
You're not
unfit,
digging out the bottom.
undesirable
You're not
women.
digging out the bottom of the
These
barrel.
no, 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 no. We only do any woman I'm gonna be with is at least a seven and up, for sure.
7 up.
For
Okay,
sure.
okay.
And I have the receipts to prove it.
Got it. Got it. So, in your experience, which do you enjoy the most and why?
Oh God, all right. So German girl was crazy.
She was crazy.
100%. She was worse than any American woman I've ever been with. Will not do it again.
Oh Jesus.
You
Thousand
so
percent will
you're
not.
you
Hold
wouldn't
on.
She's a
date.
great time
I got nothing but time.
sexually.
I got nothing
Well,
but time.
you most
Yeah, no,
you
this
know.
no,
Wait.
that story is
You,
way. That's a whole hour-long thing by itself. I promise you.
damn.
So
I got enough drink in my cup. Let's go.
so but the best, my top-rated women, Dominican and Chinese, for sure,
Really? Why?
1,000%,
Why?
because they are traditional.
In the
You
sense
walk
of
in,
what? Being submissive or
in
what?
the sense of being submissive, you walk in, you come home, there's food. These women will lift you out of the mud, will help you when you're down, will not judge you, and are comfortable with you leading, right? You
Okay.
don't have to fight to lead the relationship.
Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
And
So
and
they have
and, and
way.
I will say this, and I want to say this very clearly to all the men who are still listening. If a woman tells you that you have to handle her, the only thing that you have to handle in life as a man are problems. Think about it.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything that needs to be handled is a
Yeah.
problem.
Let me ask you this.
I'm not into
No, that's
building
game.
homes.
That's
That's
not
game.
you guys just take me
That's
saying
game.
I have nothing at all.
No. See, men don't have to have nothing at all, especially black men, because we're rare. That's the thing you got to look at. Like, okay, so for instance, let's take the price of eggs right now. You look at eggs. What happened with eggs? When there was
Supply
a
and
lack of
demand.
eggs,
Supply
guess
and
what? The
demand. Supply and
price of
demand.
eggs went up.
Nine
There is a
nine dollars
lack.
$9 a carton.
There's a lack of good, strong black men. So guess what?
Yesterday's
Your
price is
value
not today's price.
your value is intrinsically higher solely by the fact that you are a rare commodity. Then you add on the fact that basically anybody in
Well, let me.
America is
This
in the
is
top 2% of earners globally.
well. I understand that, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of people who just don't desire black men in general. Um, that's which is wild. And the one thing that I talk about sometimes is that even um, women of the night will literally exclude black people. Believe that. Like literally.
Absolutely.
If you ever looked at the ads, which I've been through the ads, I don't trick, just so you know. Don't even try it, but I do research.
He treats.
No, I listen, bro.
He don't trick
You can
either.
say it if you want to, but those who recognize. But
Did you
I've
just
definitely seen the ads, and I would wonder why they exclude. I mean, there are some reasons, right? They afraid
Yeah.
of different things and everything, and but no one else is excluded.
Right.
No one else is excluded.
Oh, I think
except for
there's a
black men?
couple. I think there's a couple.
I've even seen black women exclude black men. Like I'm like, well, damn.
All
We're
right.
the only ones DQ'd out here. We're the only ones
think there's a
disqualified.
couple things. There's perception of
I, I
not
was
being
about to,
safe.
I was about to ask you
Yeah.
why you think that is.
No, there's a perception that because of the way the media portrays us, because of the way movies and TV and even Instagram often portrays black men, there's this misconception that number one, we're broke, right?
Hold on.
And number
Hold
two,
on.
we're violent.
Hold on.
And neither of those
Yeah.
things are true
Neither.
Hold on.
in mass.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
all seen the movie Color Purple.
Yeah.
So
what
you
is
think?
that?
Oh,
What-
so
what
you
does
think
that
that that's a
mean?
major contributor to it?
It is the contributor to it.
The
I don't think it's
I don't know.
the
If it's
singular
the
contributor. There
That
are
movie,
lots of
that movie
contributing
was the surge of disrespect to black men.
no. What?
I'm telling you,
What?
listen.
What? Do you know
crack
what? Do you know what year? Do you know? Do you know what year that came out? What year did the
Yeah.
Color Purple come out? Any mod
That's
in
like
here,
90 something.
drop the year, but
Yeah.
men have been disrespected far before that. Let's not.
No, I'm saying when they made that movie,
It didn't help. I could say that it absolutely
that's
was
what I'm trying to say.
detrimental. It was absolutely detrimental.
and they made
However,
they made that movie. They made that movie to actually promote the pain that women go through to make it seem like that they were like the victims of black men.
And yeah.
Yes.
No, I agree with that.
Absolutely.
But so let's put some facts on the table here. In general, in most populations, especially in the United States, for real, only about 1% of the population are actually criminals in general, right? Then we got to go look at the reality of the fact that 64% of black men are in the middle class. So we're not broke. And if we're in the middle class, that generally means we're also not criminals. So that's at least 64% right there alone, right? But I mean, but the reality is this. There are lots of women who look at us and they don't feel safe because we generally have bigger stature and our darker skin, and if you want to know a real contributing factor to this, the TV show Cops.
oh yeah, that was yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
Somebody-
bad
TV
boys,
show
bad boys.
Cops
Yes.
Put black men in one of the worst lights ever. And we don't even make up that. If you look at raw numbers, if you look at the raw FBI numbers, approximately 70% of all crimes are committed by white people. Just the raw numbers, right? White people commit more. I mean, and I'm not trying to make this about race, but what I'm saying is, in order for us to take back our image, we have to know the raw numbers. You got to know the raw numbers.
Yeah, this is true.
Right?
Understood.
Can I ask you this? And it seems like an obvious answer, but I'm just going to ask anyway because the answer's not for me. It's who's watching. Do you
Throw them. Ask.
discriminate?
I want y'all to
I
ask some
say that
questions. If
because
you have any
my
insight,
live says he on some Chris Brown shit. Don't like black females. It's crazy.
put
Oh,
the number.
wait.
Put the number in there, bro.
Wait.
Because
You-
I want to hear some
wait.
calls. I want somebody to call up
Hold on.
It's in
or
there.
video conference.
I want to look you dead in your Instagram eyes and let you know that I love black women. Wholeheartedly. I love black women. Okay?
Call that number. Call that number, and if you want to you want to rap about it. I want
incredible black women in my life.
Got it.
Some incredible black women in my life across all industries.
Got it.
So no, I don't dislike or hate, and I think that's a big thing for black women is always feeling like that if we date other people, we don't love black women, and that's simply not true. It's just that the perception of black women of me, how they've perceived me for so long, has been that, oh, you're a nerd, you're a geek, you're this, you're that, you're not thug enough, you're this, and then it becomes, oh, you must be gay, this, that, so
yeah,
instead of-
you get
instead
that
because I
sometimes
don't-
if you're
because I personally do not tolerate that in my life. What I will do is opt to not deal with you in a romantic level. I would rather deal with someone who can appreciate my masculinity, who can appreciate me for who I am, who can appreciate my intellect. I don't have to produce enough thug in my life. I don't have to be extra gangster. I don't
or
have to
hyper
walk a certain way.
masculine, right?
I don't have to be all of that. I can simply be myself in my masculine male frame, right? And exist, and that's enough, man, for the women that I deal with. As I said, I refuse to have to handle someone, and I'm certainly not going to babysit anybody's emotions.
So
and the black women in my life who know me intimately know this about me.
got it. So let me ask you: you've apparently had some experiences that brought you to that conclusion, right?
Sure.
So would you explain what got you to that point? Like, was there some particular experiences that may have brought you to
There
that?
wasn't any one particular experience. I mean,
But there had to be a couple that resonate with you, right?
It started out in high school. in high school is where you start getting, obviously you're going through puberty and you're becoming yourself.
Got it.
You're starting to discover who you are.
And and there's a
Right?
lot of
And
awkwardness
so
and different things.
obviously, my homies, they were approaching women, they were getting women. But they were more geared towards quote unquote the street. Now, ain't no real streets in North Carolina, but what is representative of the street in that, in that area, that's, what they were. And so because of that, and because I was an intellectual, I was the president of the SGA, I was in theater, I wasn't an athlete. You know what I'm saying? I had, I was the 4.0 GPA. And so I was an intellectual, right? I was in AP classes. I wasn't actively dealing with a whole lot of black women. So what happened was, in my interactions, I wasn't black enough for the white, for the black girls, but I wasn't white enough for the white girls. And so I found myself in an interesting conundrum in North Carolina. It wasn't until I got out of North Carolina that I realized, oh, I'm a hot commodity.
Got it.
And women of other races would approach me. So I said, okay, if you want me and you like me enough to approach me, why would I struggle with dealing with even the women of my race? As much as I may love them.
And let me say this.